Okay guys, so they're calling for a decent storm this weekend. So I'm getting my old plow ready for Dad. This goes on Dad's truck now. So I'm going to do an oil change on the pump here. Also going to pull the filter out, clean that or change it. If it's ripped, you can't clean it. You got to change it out and get this thing ready for action. On these older plows, there's a drain plug underneath here, and then there's the fill plugs right here. To get the filter from the inside, you got to pull the motor off, and you got to reach down in there and grab the filter. You're going to want to do that every year on these older plows. You're going to want to change the fluid and clean or change the filter, or you're going to cause trouble. I fought with this plow and fought with this plow for years until I realized that every year, change the fluid, clean or change the filter. And pretty much no issues since doing that. So I'm going to get this thing draining out. Gonna pop the motor off and get the filter out. So we're gonna drain the fluid out. You're gonna want to take your fill plug out first. Then we're gonna take this one off. Let it drain out. Okay, so while that's draining out, you can take off the pump motor. It's just two big bolts on each side. This one's holding this bracket with all the wires on it. Oh, try not to drop it in your thing like I just did. So, just tap your motor, and then you can bring it straight up here. Try not to drop anything in there. And the filter down in there, and I can see all kinds of crud in there. I'm going to try wiping it out too. For some reason, every year this thing gets so much crud inside there. I'm not sure exactly why. Okay, to get the filter off, I take a screwdriver and I just pry it off. It's just sitting on a plastic deal there. It just pushes on. Okay, so while the filter's drying, I just cleaned it off in the parts cleaner. I'm going to try to clean the bottom of this pump. And you're going to find the bottom of this pump is just full of crud. You can see that. You're going to want to try to clean that out. I try to clean that out every year. Okay guys, here's the screen after I cleaned it. and it should be very clean. You want this super clean. Just put it in the parts washer, cleaned it off, and this is the end that snaps onto the pump inside the pump reservoir, I guess you would call that. It just pushes on and kind of just is a snug fit. It's plastic, and if this screen is tore or ripped or it ain't adhered anywhere, you want to replace this. Now, I used to just replace these every year, but the price on these things has gone crazy. I mean, they were so cheap. I don't know. I guess it's been years and years now, and they've raised everything. But these are now not as cheap as they used to be. So I usually clean them for a few years, and then I'll change them out. I think I'll go one more year with this one. You can see it's got a little bit of stuff on the sides. I'll go one more year with this one, and then we'll throw it away and put a new one on there. But this is an important part. If you run the plow with this all plugged up, you're gonna damage your pump. I think that's $130 some for the pump in there. So you want that pump getting enough oil so it doesn't destroy itself. So I'm going to get this one back in, and we're going to start buttoning up the plow. Okay guys, so the filter is snapped in there. You just kind of feed it in sideways and push it back onto the pump suction. And now I'm ready for my motor. And there's a flat part on this little shaft that drives the pump. You got to get that in the right spot, or your pump won't seat down. And if you don't mess with it, it should just drop down just like that. So I'm going to get my bolts in here. And I'm going to tighten these up. I'm going to put my drain plug back in. And we're going to fill this thing back up with fluid. Okay guys, so filling this thing back with fluid. On this particular one there is a fill hole. Or not a fill hole, like a level hole. The fill hole is over here. And what you do is you fill this up until fluid runs out of that hole. That's when you know the pump is full. Some plows don't have that hole there. And I think what you need to do is you need to bring the plow forward. This is a UniMount. You got to bring the plow forward and fill it up until you get to the top of the deal. If you don't have one of those plugs or one of those holes right there. But I believe it takes about 1.5 quarts to fill this up. And what I like to use this blue low temperature fluid. I've just been using this for a long time, really like it. A lot of people swear by the automatic. You know, if that's what you like, run it. But I really like that blue stuff. Been running it for a long time without issues. So, one more thing here. After I get this filled with fluid, I'm going to come in here and take a wire brush, clean up these connections real good. Another tip on these plows, guys, if you're changing your motor, make sure you get one that has a ground post like this. This has got a positive and a negative post. Don't get the ones that ground off the body, because I've done that quite a few times and they burn out. They burn themselves out because the ground isn't good enough a lot of times. So I recommend one of these that has an actual ground post on it. So that's another tip. Okay guys, so one more tip here I wanted to share with everybody. On these chain lift plows, I used to have an issue with the chain getting jammed up in here. Somehow it would work its way in here and get all jammed up on me. And what that does is it shortens the chain up, and then the plow doesn't come down all the way. So it really causes some problems. And how I've eliminated that is I just took a piece of rubber, zip tied it around the end here, so the chain can't be slack, and there's no possible way for it to go down in here. Sometimes that was very difficult to get out, and most of the time this happened when I was doing a lot of stacking. And when you do a lot of stacking, this chain gets really loose. And somehow, like I said, I have no idea how it did it, but it would get really jammed in here pretty bad. So after doing this mod here, never happened again. So just pass that along for you guys if you're having the same kind of troubles, or to even prevent it from happening. I have a playlist, guys, that goes into detail with all the problems I had with this plow back when I was using it. And I've got, I don't know how many videos there, but I have a full playlist. And I guess I'll put that link in the description of this video if you want to go check out all those videos and see the problems I had and what I did to this thing. But I think that's going to do it for today, guys. I'm going to get this thing topped off with fluid, get my connections back connected, cleaned and connected. And this plow is ready to go.